you all for coming today. You know, somebody would have told me my son would turn out to be a drug addict, my son would die from a drug overdose, I would have told them they're crazy. In fact, I did get a phone call. You know, Derek was, if you knew Derek, you knew he was so funny, he was so kind, he was so charming. He just had the best personality. He was fun. And I got a phone call one day from the man in the back of the room, by golly. And he said, Debbie, your son's doing drugs. And I'm like, why are you bothering me with this, John? Not my son. Derek would never do something like that. Yeah, he might have been around it. He might have had friends doing it. So I went to Derek and I asked him, Derek, somebody thinks you're doing drugs. Mom, you know I would never do that. You're right. I'm sorry. Just, you know, watch your friends because you never know. You get your reputation. What'd you say? Your friends are your... Show me your friends. I'll show you your future. That's right. So I didn't believe it. And then one day I got a phone call, and I know the date. It was March 17, 2013, and I get a phone call at work one day saying that my son's being kicked out of college for using drugs. And I thought, whatever. You don't know what you're talking about. My son doesn't do drugs, but okay, come on home, Derek, we'll work it out. Well, then he got home and I realized how serious it was. And looking back, there were signs that I totally ignored because I was in denial. I didn't think my son would never do this. I remember one day we went to the store to buy, you know, pens and notebooks and things like that for school supplies. And I wanted to buy him the nice little clicker pens. And he's like, no, Mom, just get me the ones with the black cap and the white, you know, the white pens with the black cap. It's like, sure, they're only 99 cents. Don't you want the clicker pen? No, just get me these 99-cent ones. All right, fine. There was, Derek liked to chew on straws. I don't know if you guys have a habit like that. They like to chew on straws. A straw from a soda or something, he would just chew on it like crazy. Coffee stirrers, he loved to chew on them. Well, I kept finding these little orange things all over the place. Like, what are these? He's chewed them up. What are these little orange things all over the place? Well, didn't think much about it. Derek had beautiful blue eyes, and all of a sudden his eyes got more blue than I ever imagined. They were just sparkling blue. I'm sure you know. Looking back, those were warning signs that I totally ignored. There's something called opioid pupils, where your pupils become little tiny pinheads when you're on opiates. That's why his eyes were so blue. The pens with the black cap, you take them apart, you've got a straw to snort some drugs. The orange caps, those were syringe caps. I remember one day, Derek had a bruise on his arm. I said, Derek, why do you have a bruise on your arm? Oh, Mom, I fell on the bookcase. Okay, sorry to hear that. Okay, hope you're okay. That was where he was shooting up. Never in my life did I think my son would be doing drugs. It doesn't happen to us. But once I found out about it, we went headstrong and we went nonstop and we made sure that he got the help he needed, and he did get clean and sober, thank God, and he did decide to share his story. We actually kidnapped Derek. My sister Patty and I, we kidnapped him and we took him to rehab. He thought we were going home to talk about it, but by golly, we got him in the car and we hit the highway and we had him signed up for a place in Pensacola because we knew he needed help. He didn't think he had a problem. And if you don't already know, Derek died of an overdose of heroin laced with fentanyl. Now, nobody ever says, I think I'm just going to start using heroin and maybe try a little bit of that fentanyl too. Nobody says that. It doesn't start like that. Like he said, you might smoke a little pot. Your friends say, hey, try this, try that. I don't have any more of those pills, but here's this heroin stuff. Well, this heroin's even better than that heroin. It just gets worse and worse and worse, and it doesn't end. I miss him so much every day, and so many people were devastated by what happened to him. Not only, of course, me and his dad and his immediate family, my mother, my sister, my husband, and his children. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And then their children are in school, and they're not doing well in school because we were up all night. I mean, it just doesn't stop. So when you think you're the only one that's maybe smoking that joint or whatever, there are so many other people affected by that. And it's a never-ending cycle that can only get worse. I'd like to introduce you to a friend of mine. Dr. Carissa Kostecki is here. She's an ER physician, and she's got some interesting stories to share with you guys. So, Dr. Chris.